Let's hear it for the starting five of your Chicago Bulls. At the small forward position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 35, Isaac Okoro. At center, standing 6'8", number 25, Jalen Smith. A 6'1" guard, number 30, Tre Jones. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6'8", number 14, Miles Buzelis. A 6'8" guard, number 3, Josh Giddey. The head coach of your Chicago Bulls is Billy Donovan. Make some noise for your Chicago Bulls.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Holmgren plays at the 4 with Hartenstein at the center spot. Lou Dort out there with Wallace, and it's Williams at the small forward. And for the Bulls, Josh Giddey is out there with Jones. Then it's Okoro. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Buzelis in at the 4-man position. And the NBA starting break to enter the third act of the regular season. A lot of teams looking for that extra gear right now.
Yeah, some fans might think that everything is decided at this point of the season, but there's a lot of games left and nothing is written in stone.
Giddey with it, and it's Wallace picking him up. Giddey with the bounce pass. Williams against Smith. From 18 feet away, and too long on the shot. Now the Thunder with it, and now let's swing it over to Allie LaForge on the sideline.
I caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. I brought up Jalen Williams, and coach said that he has a plan. Williams is an impressive all-around player. Coach did admit that, but we're hoping for some physical, high-pressure defense that will put him off his game a little tonight. A simple strategy, but coach seems confident that it'll get results. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Hartenstein, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
Nice to see Hartenstein assert himself offensively.
And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour grapes.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
Red hot out of the gates. Keep it rolling.
Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Buzelis. Misses the layup.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
Drops in the tray. Holmgren's got 7 points in the game.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense.
Here's Smith looking to end the run, and he lays it up and in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack, and where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that. And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Here's Buzelis, defended by Holmgren. Here's Smith. From down in the low post, it goes. Smith's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Tries the spin move. Wallace with the ball. Jones covering. Williams' shot is off. Bulls have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. It's stolen by Dort. quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Holmgren. Connects from three-point range. 10 points for him.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. He's checked in for the Bulls. Colin Sexton comes in for Josh Giddey. Here's Jones, still without a basket. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Dort passes to Williams. Here's Holmgren. The tray. Rebound by Smith. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
2 minutes
Looking at Chicago, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, that's the big challenge. Teams tend to feel more comfortable at home for sure, so you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. That just didn't happen in this one.
And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 6-point game. Shots good by Williams.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
A minute 20 left here in the opening quarter. Tim, you talk about a player with quick hands. That's Cason Wallace.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not just the hands that make him a threat on D. It's his lateral quickness, anticipation, and positioning. He just has that sixth sense about where the ball is going next.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Oklahoma City is not the biggest town, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, "Me personally, the market doesn't matter. I love the people in the organization and the people around me. And those are the things that matter. I go to work every single day with a smile on my face." Kevin, back to you.
Yep, a wonderful organization. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
It's a luxury to have a guy like Hartenstein on the offensive glass, always ready to collect and then finish off on those missed shots.
Here's Smith. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now here's Williams. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Double team on Williams. 5 to shoot. Dort kicks to Wallace. From 13, the shot comes out.
Well, he usually brings rain from there, but not this time.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Thunder lead by 7. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And for those of you just tuning in, this Second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Thunder.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
The Thunder leading by 7. Taking a look at the Thunder. They've got Aaron Wiggins. Mitchell is out there with Isaiah Joe. Then it's Kenrich Williams. And it's Williams at the 5. Now here's Sexton. Scoreless thus far. Good.
They own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Mitchell is double. Pass to Williams. Here's Joe. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Joe's got his first points of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Williams. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
Well, they're a great team, but you're going to lose a few, especially going up against a team you don't know that well.
Now, here's Ivy. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Oh, interior defense doesn't hold back against Ivy, but he just explodes right by them and gets it to go.
And Tim, for all their talent, the Thunder committed to playing the right way.
Well, they are unselfish, they trust one another, and when a team is this committed at the defensive end of the floor, there's really no need to try to do too much offensively or play hero ball.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. The Bulls with some changes. Josh Giddey's checked in for Nick Richards. And Trey Jones subbed in for Anfernee Simons. And then for Oklahoma City, Holmgren, he's checked in for Williams. Dort comes in for Kenrich Williams. And Wallace subbed in for Isaiah Joe.
And I know everyone's thrilled to see Holmgren scoring so well. And this is the kind of effort that could carry on well throughout the year.
Now here's Jones. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
The Thunder leading by 5. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Mitchell. That ball. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, and then another, really the story of the game.
Well, let's give their opponents some credit for sensing that and putting them away. They were completely dominated.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, with teams seeking switchable defenders, there's a specific player type that could be losing value, those smaller scoring-minded combo guards. You think of the Cole Anthony, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson of the world, perhaps not as sought after as before with teams looking for positional size and versatility.
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Hartenstein's checked in. Holmgren wide open. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Mitchell with the steal. Over in the corner, Dort. It's good from long range.
Against Dort.
Dort's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
Big make for Dort. That is his bread and butter. Nails the three from the corner.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
3, 1, 2, through.
Chicago making some changes. Nick Richards comes in for Josh Giddey. And Gershon Yabusele, he's subbed in for Ivy. Williams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Bulls trail by 10. Jones with it. Over to the left wing. Yabusele finds Sexton. Basket counts. Sexton's got 6 in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
So, Tim, after starting his NBA career with a couple seasons riding the bench in Boston, Gershon Yabusele is back and ready for more, really thriving in his current role.
Yeah, and Kevin, in between those NBA stints, 5 years playing in China, France, and Spain, and now he finds himself a key part of the rotation, a floor-spacing big.
2 minutes.
Count that one for Dort.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
That is just beautiful ball movement, unselfish basketball.
Nice shot by Yabusele.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Chicago ball.
Here's our 2K leaderboard with the list of the teams that have been on fire from beyond the arc over the past month. The Bulls in second, the Thunder in fourth.
And both of these teams are really lighting it up from long range, shooting with tremendous confidence. This is a great game to watch. You almost have to expect a shootout when they meet.
Ball.
And checking out some numbers for Isaiah Joe. .136 left in the first half. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Dort misses. Bulls trail by 8. And here's Sexton over Wallace. Off the left rim and out. Lets it go with the 3. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
He just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Now here's Jones over Wallace. And again, no good by Chicago. Oklahoma City leading by 11. Beyond the arc. And the Thunder another 3.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Here's Sexton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Sexton's got 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Out to Wallace. Takes a 3. The rebound by Richard. Bulls have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Shoots from 8. Nice touch on the bank shot. Holmgren against Yabusele. Dort misses. And the first half is now in the books. It's the Thunder leading by 10. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
Oklahoma City.
Coach Daigneault, pretty good play from this team in the first half. What'd you like best?
Yeah, I think we've done a good job defensively.
Allie, thank you for that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this.
Hey there, everybody. And just for a moment here, I was wondering, if you guys were playing in the league today, which current player would you most like to team up with?
That's tough, Ernie.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Thunder.
Well, you can see the camaraderie. They share the ball, and they don't care which guy scores.
Sounds like us here on the set. Whatever makes the show work, you do it.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Chet Holmgren has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Jalen Smith is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Jones. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Okoro in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Doubled by Smith. The Thunder leading by 8. Here's Hartenstein. It's not going to go for him.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
Here's Jones. Lays it up off the glass. Jones has got 4 this quarter.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Jones has gotten it done so far from the field tonight, making 4 of his 6 attempts. Here's Hartenstein. Count it, good. Hartenstein's got 8.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
Bulls trail by 8. And with the depth of this Oklahoma City Thunder team, Tim, who's an impact player on this roster that might fly a little bit under the radar?
Yeah, Kevin, I think it's Aaron Wiggins. I look at a guy that in any other situation, you might be able to average 15 to 18 points a game, but in Oklahoma City, he has sacrificed shots and minutes to be part of a winning team, and he competes every night.
He does indeed. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Jalen Williams is all-purpose. Thunder coach Mark Daigneault said, "You really can't find a weakness in his game. His greatness is the cumulative effect of all." All the things that he does. Basketball is a complex game. You can't be good at just one thing and be a great player, but he is good at everything. Kevin?
All purpose. Thank you, Allie. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Pass to Jones. They double him with Wallace. Smith on the wing. Giddey the pass to Jones. Smith with a screen on Wallace. Clock at 6. Jones dishes to Okoro. Hits it from three-point range. Okoro's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Thunder leading by 6. Here's Williams. Leans from outside. And Okoro pulls it down.
Yeah, and he's leaning in there. He made that jumper much harder to make. He really didn't need to do that.
And Smith with the stop.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
All right, fans, it's dance band time. Get ready to dance like every... Next dancer. We have a dancer. Bring those moves.
Thunder making a switch here. Carlson's checked in. So, Tim, I'm sure it's hard to pick one, but who would you call the most underrated player right now in the NBA?
Well, I think it's Pascal Siakam, and I have felt that way for a few years. I just think you're talking about someone who has great energy, plays both ends of the floor, and is a matchup nightmare because of his versatility.
And began kind of in oblivion. He had to play some time in the G League and work his way up.
Became the most improved player in this league.
Here's Jones, following the basket by Lou Dort. And Giddey gets it to go.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Outside Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Hartenstein with the bounce pass. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Aiden Ivey, he's checked in for Josh Giddey.
The game for your Bulls. Number 31.
Bulls trail by 4.
Ivey.
Pass to Buzelis. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Buzelis has got his first 3 points of the game.
And when it comes to the three-point shooting of Buzelis, we know he has the ability, but we need to see consistency.
Carlson can't hit.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And Greg, on a team as stacked as OKC, you can almost forget about Chet Holmgren, who is the number 2 overall pick back in 2022.
And let's give him his flowers, right? The portrait of a modern big man. Shot blocking, shooting range, and plays with an edge. And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Williams for 3. Rebound by the Bulls. We're playing host to Toronto for the next one. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And now the big question, can they sustain the momentum?
Now here's Williams. Fires the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Williams has got 6 points.
The consistency Williams has developed from deep is a critical part of his game. You can't let him get that open.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Carlson can't hit. Chicago's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Williams against Jones. Ivy on the wing. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. 3-pointer. Hartenstein. Another shot. Lays it up and banks it in. Hartenstein's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and I'm not sure contact is really the way to slow Hartenstein down inside. He actually invites it.
Okoro setting the pick for Buzelis. Pass to Smith. Got it. Good job in the low post. Smith's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
Well, he's having a big scoring night, but he's doing it extremely efficiently. This is impressive.
Here's Dort. Offensive rebound. Here's Hartenstein, and the shot goes down. He's got 12.
And that's a lesson for the league. Fight harder on the glass.
Well, you see this all too often. The effort has to be there first.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Thunder lead by 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground. The other thing, too, is once he picks the ball up, he's not going to...
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Now Mitchell and Oklahoma City. Looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Isaiah Joe. Williams is out there with Holmgren. Then it's Mitchell, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Ivy. Took him no time at all on that one. Ivy's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Chicago. Now, here's Holmgren. Takes the 3. The rebound by Richard. And Chicago shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Well, I think that was a product of the pressure. Take your eye off the ball for just a second, and it can lead to a turnover.
Williams, he's checked in for Chicago.
Patrick Williams.
Mitchell against Giddey. Pass to Simons. Inside, here's Richards, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Richards got the lead up to 2 now for Chicago.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Pass to Richards. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Nice pass by Simon, showing you that he's multidimensional.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. Bulls making a change here. Smith has checked in, and Oklahoma City also making a switch. Hartenstein's checked in. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. He told them, quote, if we'd worked harder on the glass, we'd probably be up right now. Show some heart. Show some pride. It was a very direct message. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks. Thunder trailing by 4. Mitchell with it. And it's good, 2 points.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possessions.
Thunder have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Holmgren. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
And when he's in the flow, Holmgren can really up his scoring, and he's done it in a variety of ways.
Ivey against Wiggins. In the corner, Smith with it. Giddey, no one around him. Misses the 3. The Thunder have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Hartenstein. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Bulls have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. And then Smith with the jam.
As a playmaker, Ivey has an interesting upside. If he continues to develop those skills, he'd only increase his value.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T connected cam. Yep, that's going to go in.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for Holmgren. They needed that basket.
They double him with Wiggins, and the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus.
Give it up for your dance team.
Ellis has checked in for Nick Richards. Okoro comes in for Jaden Ivey. And Trey Jones subbed in for Anfernee Simons. And then for Oklahoma City, Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Wiggins. Dort comes in for Chet Holmgren. And it's Cason Wallace in for Mitchell. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Josh Giddey. And he does not hit. Oklahoma City has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And that one is good.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Now Smith. Now Jones. Outside Smith. Here's Giddey. Shot clock at 6. Jones outside. Latzler's a 3. Dort with the rebound. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. That does not go. Chicago trailing here. Fires the 3. Down he goes for 3.
I mean, a 6'8 playmaker. Giddey is a point forward, and he piles up the assist.
Here's Caruso. 1:35 left to play in the final quarter. From 6 feet away, and the shot goes in.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Giddey against Dort. Launches it. Knocks down the three.
Incredible. The rookie Buzelis coming through at the biggest moment of the game. This kid is special.
Now here's Wallace. Oh, softly lays it in.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I'm surprised because he's a guy you have to key on for something like that. You can't let him get one that easy.
Here's Buzelis. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Trying again, and that's in there. Excellent awareness.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
Oh, what a play inside. Big time bucket there.
And guys, you don't have to tell these fans how important that shot was.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here.
It's time to get loud for your incredible.
For the Thunder, Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Isaiah Joe. And Jalen Williams is subbed in for Alex Caruso.
Substitution. Chet Holmgren. Williams.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Holmgren in the high post. Hartenstein off the glass.
That is a cool customer right there. Hartenstein showing you no moment is too big.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
Giddey fires. Hartenstein with the rebound. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Second team foul. At the line for the Thunder, Williams taking 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up missing both free throws.
Yeah, just a golden opportunity that's lost right there. Now, we've still got a game.
Jones outside. And the 3 misses. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Chet Holmgren.